G'day guys, Josh here. Hope you guys are having a great day today and welcome to another State of the Economy. And geez, like I say, it's been quite a while actually. It's been quite a while for State of the Economy actually. I'm trying to remember, the last time I did it, like I say, new islands as well. That's awesome. But as you can see here, obviously a lot of new things coming for Lost Ark for the May update. Obviously the forums are now down and moved onto Discord. But I really want to highlight the May 2023 release notes that happened quite recently with the Slayer being released. We talked about last week that the Slayer was going to be released. But we've got a few extra things as well. So first of all, the Ebony Cube has released as well, which is basically the advanced cube. And like I say, I believe at the moment it's a lot of people trying to discover what's in it and what's not and go for it at the moment. It consolidates both Boss Rush and Cube together. So that's pretty much it. There's also a new event guidance set up as well, which basically gets people more mats and stuff like that. That's what people used them for last time and stuff like that. And they also drop tokens in a reward chest as well, which will be claimed once per day. And you can do it with multiple characters. That's what people tend to do to get everything bought each week. Next, you got more progression events as well. There's been, I think, another Power Pass has come out with the Slayer and another Express event. I'm going to say I think Lost Ark are just desperately trying to get new players in at this point. Because, obviously, I'm going to say the player base has dropped off dramatically. And a lot of the quotes have been, insta death and stuff like that as well, which a lot of people don't find really, really fun anymore, I suppose. Now, some people would be going like, oh, they don't like dying and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's about the fact that they don't get many opportunities because a lot of the learning parties, even though there are a few on each realm, there's not too many of them. Everyone's expected to one-shot and everything like that as well. And since there hasn't been many new players coming in, there hasn't been many new players to start the raids and stuff like that either. And also, as well, like with raiding and stuff like that, like there's not really a good catch-up mechanic to raid with your mates because you have to do the raids at least once. For example, you have to do Argos, for example. You can't hone the Abyssal Dungeon gear above Argos level. You need to do Argos to get all the gear. And then also after you do Argos, you need to do, the Voltan and Vicus to get gear before you can do Kekelsidon and then eventually Belshazzar. Now, some people may go, we did that as well back in the day and stuff like that. But it gets to a point where you had you had a larger player pool to do it with compared to back then, compared to now, where not those people don't have a larger player pool to really play with. If you get my drift, basically. So like they don't have as many players to play with compared to what you did back in the day. Like not many people doing a normal Voltan or a normal Vicus, basically. That's the main thing I'm trying to say. Also, as well, the engraving support system still exists. That's going to keep engravings down. I feel like it's going to definitely plot engravings a lot more. And also, they're releasing the competitive proving grounds for season 3, and I think they're changing the PvP quest unas as well to be a lot easier to be done, which is actually a good thing as well because the PvP unas, despite being the best, a lot of the PvP stuff is not really done anymore. Last but not least, these are the big important updates, which is going to make alt progression a lot easier. Is that knowledge transfer is now 10 seconds, so that's going to be huge as well. So you can get your guys over. You're not trying to mismanage your time zone like that. You can knowledge transfer to rodents, so skip that, not rodent. And also, as well, you don't have to have a level 15 stronghold. So a lot of people can just move their alts to Vern and stuff like that as long as they meet requirements. Basically, do the thing at least once. And the cool thing as well is an absolutely amazing thing. And the battle items for Guardian raids 1 to 5, so those first 5, you don't use any battle items anymore. Okay, so battle items, you get to pick them, and you get to use them throughout the entire encounter. And once you're done with it, they're gone. But the thing is, like now you don't need to use those battle items for those Guardian raids. In fact, you can just get a free bunch, which is absolutely massive because a lot of the worst things with Guardian raids, especially between 1 to 5, is people don't know how to use battle items and anything like that. And some people waste those battle items because they know what to do and stuff like that. It's their ults. And they get pissed off at others because they're effectively wasting battle items and not killing the fight. Because there's a lot more chances of wiping in 1 to 5 than there is chances to wiping in the current raid. So you guys get what I mean there as well. If you think about it, a lot of people have no idea what they're doing, or a lot of people are just too lazy, don't want to use battle items for it, even though you need battle items for the content. Next up is the honing updates. They're basically, once again, they removed the gold price from honing from, I think it's 1340 to, not 1340, sorry, from 1430 to 1460, I believe. So you can hone without gold to hard mode Vicus, I believe now. And they increase the success rate for this gear by 10%, 5%. So you're not hidden hoping basically on every hone. So either way, still hidden hoping anyway because 10% or 5% is not too much. And they also removed the EXP requirements for the amount of honor shards needed, which is going to tank the honor shard price, and also the material and the gold price itself by 30%. Last but not least, basically they increased the silver and leap stones that drop from Chaos Dungeons 1 and 2. If you guys didn't know, leap stones were somewhat the sticking point, but now they're no longer there. And that's been pretty much it. I don't think there's been any... Oh, yeah, here's the new PvP quest. They got defeat opponents 4 times, 6 times, 8 times, and there's win 3 or 5 times. So pretty much like the level, like previously it was like win an X amount of times, and it was really hard to win an X amount of times because people would queue up. But now it's defeat opponents, so when people do queue up, it's a lot easier to do so as well. And I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot of other updates as well, which you can go look at the website for. But I think overall, the main ones is definitely the knowledge transfers change and definitely the honing changes as well. Definitely have a huge, huge impact on the market. Anyways, guys, I think I've been talking about this for about 6 minutes or so. So let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it. So first but not least, we're going to get into the lovely fellas of Abyssal Dungeons. I'm going to say Abyssal Dungeons is going to be dead, okay? Well, we've got some carries in here too, which I'm actually really surprised about. But I think they're all bots. Yeah, they're all bots. But you can see here, like, you know, there's still a few carries. I guess say this is mainly dead. Okay, let's just be real. Argos, just card run, basically. Like, not really that great. Also, I've got to say, overall, they've actually changed the Argos system as well. That actually has gates, if you see that now. Very, very interesting, okay? Considering Argos used to be, you had to do the encounter 1 to woe. That's pretty much it. Next up, we're going to go to Argos. Oh, not Argos, sorry, we're going to go Voltan. Not many in Voltan, actually. Only just hard mode. You can see what I mean. You know how I talked about earlier, there's not many normal modes and stuff like that. You can see that here. Now you got Vicus. Wait, we had Wave Frog? Oh, never mind. I'm just, like, silly. No bosses here, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, no bosses at all. Just a quick re-clear. Gotta say, Wave's very popular. Wave Frog, Wave. This. Now, some bosses here with Kukulsidon as well. I think a lot of people in this Kukulsidon area where they can pay that 15k to get the box and stuff like that as well. Also, some learning groups as well. I think there's the Discord as well. The Lost Ark Discord, as you may have noticed, I mentioned last episode. It's actually working a lot well. Like, a lot of people are advertising their learning parties and buses and stuff like that in there as well. So, it's actually been pretty decent, I suppose. Next up, we got the lovely fellas here. We got a bus here for hard mode. That's interesting. The buses are coming back, I'm going to say. Like, the buses are definitely coming back. You can see here, 7 out of 8 30k bus. So, like, the buses are indeed coming back, I'm going to say right now. Like, a lot of the buses, holy moly. Yeah, there was a lot of buses in these, about 5 or 6 buses for both normal and hard mode. So, I guess this is what we were probably going to see for, most likely for Brashars in the future. Next up, we're going to go check the Mario store. Now, the Mario store, I'm going to say, I did take a quick look earlier. And I gotta say, it's gone backwards a bit. It's gone to 2k, like it was 2.1k. As I said before, it's probably stabilizing, and yeah, it probably will slowly go up. But this has actually gone backwards a bit as well. You can check the recent ones as well. It has been hovering between that 2.2k and 2.1k as well. So I think maybe the 2.9k is probably the least one you're going to get, and then you're probably going to go back to the 2.2k very quickly. So you can see here people are placing a lot of boundaries as well. But it's maintained relatively, stable. Relatively stable. Next up, we're going to check the AH as well. So the AH, we're going to check out honing mats first, I believe. And I'm going to say that honing mats, I'm going to say that I reckon they've gone down in price. But this is really interesting. Destruction stones are not here, and the fragments are not here either, so they've gone up. Which I'm going to say is really, really odd. Fusion materials for Chaldea, 1G at this stage. I don't think they're going to come back up. Hardy Leap, so it's kind of expected. I mean, when you increase the drop rate, it's just going to go down. And the rest of it is just going to go down. This is the first time in 5 weeks that Destruction Stone fragments have been above 1G. Now, Destruction Stones are back up to 3G and Crystallized back to 3G as well. I'm going to say pretty much this has been because the honing materials you needed has been decreased significantly. So basically, these aren't back up to 5G anymore. Destruction Stones are up though, and Protection Stones, well, they're dropped quite a bit as well. Life and Honor Leap Stones, well, they've dropped a bit as well. Honor Leap Stones being below 2 digits again, by the way. So second time it's been 2 digits. Simple Array of Fusion Mats have gone down slightly as well. Basic Arrays have steadied their price. Like I say, with Simple Arrays, probably a good time to buy for your characters if you need it. Basic Arrays is probably still where it is, basically. Obliteration Stones have come back a bit to 20G. Basically, Solar Graces are 26, and I do not get these pricings, okay? Marvelous Leap Stones being cheaper than Greater Honor Leap Stones. Probably the first time I've ever seen it, okay? So pretty much, if you want to buy Greater Honor Leap Stones, if you're stuck on Greater Honor Leap Stones, that's all I'm going to say. Like, I just can't believe that this is more. Or this is less. Like, Don't bother converting your grayed out loops. Just sell them on market at this stage. Basically, superior array of fusion materials. Like I said, they're not going to drop below 32 anytime soon. I mean, look at all this. Okay, look at that. 329,000 of these, and these are, yeah, they're not going to drop anytime soon. Like, at all. So, Solid Blessings and Solid Graces, 26 to 80G. Now, Harmony Shard pouches, this is odd, okay? I actually am surprised to see this, that Honor Shard pouches are more expensive than Life Shard pouches in both green and blue. But obviously not epic as well. And like I said, at this point, for this week, if you're going to do maps, it's just two tier 1 maps and a tier 2 map. But these prices have dropped tremendously. I mean, look at those prices. I mean, this used to be like 600G, now it's just hovering around 400. I wonder if they're selling or not. That's probably the great reason why they could be not selling. Cyril Energy's, slept back a bit. Was about, selling for $1 million. Now selling about 650K. So, I think that's going to be leave it where it is. Next up, we're going to check is consumables, so combat supplies. I'm going to say with the recent battle item changes, these would have just plummeted because people don't need to use battle items anymore. And you can see here with the HP potions, destruction bombs. Jeez, it's like not a really good start. Now you can see here, elemental HP potions actually stayed up at 41G. Maybe they can't be used. Maybe it's just the battle items like grenades and stuff like that. But you can see here, 41G is still quite high. And like I say right now, if you bought it all previously, it's all good and well. I think it's slightly a buy, but I think anything above 50G, just back off. Offensives, you can see here, all the bombs are below 30G, and they're all buys at the moment. Like, definitely 100% all buys. Utility, stealth cloaks, flares. Flares are a lot higher than what they used to be as well. Panacea is still holding its area. And last but not least is buffs. And like I say, all these can be very, very expensive because of the challenge islands, but they're, definitely integral to use. I've got some cooking as well, which is all the feasts. We're going to go back to here. Don't tell me tier 2 feeds more. I don't understand why tier 2 food's more expensive than tier 3 food. It confuses me greatly and still confuses me greatly to this day. Like, oh my god. Next up, we're going to check out engravings. So engravings, I'm going to say, I think engravings aren't going to change too much. I feel like the green engravings, people trying to build up engravings can be super duper expensive as not many new players are coming in. And therefore, there's not many much on the market compared to what it was previously. I mean, you got a lot of engravings here as well. People trying to sell these for 3K and stuff like that as well now. Given they've realized that they're the only people who are actually selling it at the moment, okay? But I'm going to say here, someone trying to crowd out the market here as well with 127 of Artillery's Barrage Enhancement for 90G. Jeez. That price is not going to move anytime soon. Now, it's actually the first time I've never seen a blue book being 1G. But I think blue books are going to have the same thing as well, as you can see here. They're all double digit. Like I say, trying to build up a engraving set, like from bottom to top, is just incredibly difficult. Until you get to the epic armors, of course. As you get to epic books, it's just like easy peasy. And also, I gotta say that I'm actually a bit surprised that the green books and the blue books didn't drop back, given the fact that the engraving support still exists. So it's actually the first few times I've seen a legendary book at 1G, but I've seen 3G. Jeez, there's a lot of them here that are semi-good and they're very, very cheap. I mean, Berserker's Technique being under 100G, that used to be the best in slot. Master's Tenacity. I guess a lot of them have got that support, but then again, the legendary one, you can't get. The engraving support only gives you rank 3, which is obviously 3x. So rank 3, which is obviously 9. I gotta say, I've been a lot of cheap books. Still going down, by the way. Funny enough, Deadeye's price has gone up to 420. I guess it's gone up a bit. Of course, like I say right now, Slayer books are going to be very high. Like, if you're trying to get Slayer, don't buy it at the moment. Okay, you got to wait for a bit. KBW down a bit. I'm going to say, it seems like the engraving books for legendaries have stabilized. So I think this is where you got to buy in. I don't think it's going to go any lower. I mean, Grudge was like 6.5, something like that previously. But I just don't think to get any lower. Oh, let's see. Well, I guess it seems like they get lower on weekends, I assume. Because you see it's high up early in the week, but a lot lower on weekends. So I think if you want to buy engravings... Oh, actually, never mind. This actually beats the pattern. If you want to buy engravings during weekends, it's probably when it's cheapest. Like, not going to lie. Probably when it's cheapest during weekends. Next up, we're going to do Petz and Skins. I may cancel the Petz and Skins in the future as well, because they haven't moved around too much. Like, let's be honest. Like, they haven't moved around at all. Like, you can see here, like, basically it's just pages and pages of illiquidity. This is the most illiquid that this market has been in a while, where I've got pages and pages of no one buying. I gotta tell you right now, no one, like I say, no one, like any of the buyers who want to buy stuff like that, are gonna buy it for like higher prices. They could probably get it off the market. Oh, jeez, this is the least liquid I've seen it. Not even a single cell. The pet market's a bit more liquid, and I think the pet market are actually less liquid. Actually, I think altogether, all the cosmetics, no one's buying them. Like honestly, no one's buying them at all. That's I don't know what to say about that. Okay, next up we're gonna do the gems. And gems, I'm gonna say, finally, I'm gonna say, this was a weird week last week where this tier 3 gem chest here was the same price as this chest. And I'm glad to see someone took advantage of that and just buy it all up. Next up, we're gonna go to auction house. We're gonna go to recent prices as well and get rid of Deadeye to go look at the gems. Okay, I feel like the gem prices will fall a bit at this stage. I don't expect it to go up anytime soon. I feel like people are gonna have, like, you know, I'll be surprised if it's fallen, okay? Oh, man. I feel sorry for this dude. This dude's on a level 8 gem for 3k. Oh. But I gotta say, it has gone... It has stayed quite steady, actually. Quite steady. But, of course, it's below 10k where it was previously, so in the long term, it's jumped considerably. Now, this area, I gotta say... Looking at it now, jeez. Annihilation gems have held their price quite well. But the Crimson Flame gems have just dropped. I mean, they're going to get below 6 digits, okay? They're going to be like 99,000 in probably 2 to 3 weeks. Next up, we're going to look at the accessories. Now, the accessories, I'm going to say this market, you got to remember with this market as well as accessories, there is a lot of gold selling here, okay? It doesn't matter how good this item is, you know, 5.7 mil is fucking ridiculous. There's gold selling galore here, okay? Absolute gold selling galore. And you can tell it, okay? Like, that's gold selling. I gotta say right now, probably the top tier mats is probably going to be... There's a ton of gold being sold. I'm actually surprised. Who was buying this? Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Who was buying this? If, you know... I guess having this Slayer ring and stuff like that is pretty decent because it's Slayer. But all I'm going to say is who's buying all of this gold? Because it's a lot more than, you know... I guess say from the players playing the game, I suppose. Or could be transferring goals between accounts. You can see here, probably at this point here, as you can see, about 95k, stuff like that, that... some of them are legitimate, some of them aren't legitimate. Like this one, for example, is legitimate. You can see here, you can see a lot of legitimate ones where it's like all the quality is roughly the same. So you can see here as well, basically 68, 80k can get you a nice relic accessory. We'll check Ancient. I think Ancient's going to be a bit cheaper. Of course, you're going to see some crazy ones like this, Cursed Old Grudge, which can be super expensive. I expect the high quality ones to be ultra expensive, but if you want like a decentish cheap one, you can probably get it for like 88k or something like that as well. Like, you know, Full Bloom, Expert, Swiss. This actually, like I say, this is actually incredibly good. It's actually a steal for an artist, not gonna lie, 90k. You can see here, like, you know, a few of these, you can get 6 free, and it's like not that bad. Like, it's semi-decent for a build. And also to mention as well, this is really cheap. This is a steal whoever got this, because it's plus 1 defense reduction as well. Like, it's not like, it's really good. Now, overall as well, you can see a few of these probably are sold well as well. But yeah, I gotta say, like, you know, overall, the ancient pieces, if you want to get a decent ancient piece, you can get it very cheap. Like you can see here, you can get it for 60k. Damn. I gotta say, this one is 60k. Stolen Ambushmaster. Yeah, you can get a really decent piece of 60k. You don't need to get so much gold to get decent pieces. Like, you don't even get them from the run or get it from here. I'm just surprised at how cheap it is. I thought it'd be a bit more expensive than the relics. Now, next up, we're gonna go to the ability stone. And ability stones, I feel like they're gonna... Oh, no, the ability stones are a bit more expensive this time around. A lot of Ambushmaster Raid Captain's super expensive. So I thought that would be all gold selling at this stage. But no, ability stones have gone up, and especially Ambushmaster and Raid Captain. So not Ambushmaster, sorry, Adrenaline. Ambushmaster and Raid Captain. I'm a bit surprised by Raid Captain being so high, to be honest. And he gold selling, okay? As soon as he hit 2 point... Like I say, it's gone up by about 300, 400G. People must be trying to get that 9-7 ability stone that badly now. And not many ability stones are getting up on market at this stage. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today. Overall, it seems like the honing mats, with the leap stone especially, has impacted the economy quite a bit. But I gotta say, I feel like the honing mat decreases and the gold and silver decreases. Their impacts have yet to be felt yet. I mean, it's only been 3 days or so, I think we'll give it another week to see how the market reacts to all of the changes and stuff like that. Also, I've got to mention as well, I believe they actually changed a bit in Lost Ark in their release notes, or changing. Because I completely forgot to mention this as well. I'm trying to find the endgame raid changes as well. Yeah, I completely forgot about this. Someone's going to probably comment on this in the first minute and be like, hey mate, you forgot about all the endgame changes. But basically, with the weekly entry limit for Voltan, Vicus, Kakusada, Belshazzar, the weekly limit has been removed. So people can go out and help people and not choose to receive the gold rewards. So you can choose to receive or not receive the gold rewards. This is an amazing change. Is that previously what would happen is that, oh, I've done it on this character, I can't help you out, kind of thing, okay? But now you can actually help these people out. So like if you got friends and stuff like that, you want to help out, you can actually do that, okay? And you'll be thinking about it going, oh, that's crazy, that's awesome. But you don't want to know why that's crazy and awesome? It's because previously you couldn't do that at all. Like, you couldn't do that at all. Because, you know, basically you couldn't use your main to help out other players. So this will help out learning parties quite considerably. This is a massive, massive good change as well. Also with the raid balance as well, this is also mainly to help newer players out. Any insta-wipe mechanic will not insta-wipe you anymore. It'll just do you a lot of damage instead. And also with Voltan, I think Legion Raid 2. What is it? Oh my god, I'm a bit of a dummy here. Their falling damage will still insta-kill you, but a lot of other things as well will not be an issue. Also, the triple dash into the wall so you can break off his armor, that's been changed as well to happen more occasionally, because there'll be sometimes where people don't use destruction bombs or you don't get enough destruction on them that would cause it to wipe. Also, Vicus, they've changed it to be a bit easier as well, with the orbs and Vicus's illusion attack and stuff like that. There's no death mechanic. You know how if you could select the wrong color, you would die instantly. Just take significant damage instead. Overall, I'm going to say right now, they've taken out a lot of the instant death mechanics in Kakusiden, Vicus, and Voltan, and got rid of them, which is pretty awesome. And also as well, with the voting system as well, is that there's a lot of cooldowns to different things as well. And also they've changed the color of the proceed button so you can see if it's proceed or not. It's a lot easier. But overall, that's pretty much it. And I reckon the rating changes are huge. Because I reckon a lot of people who want to help out newer players and stuff like that are now able to do so compared to previously. Where it's just like, watch a YouTube video and hope for the best. Or now it's like, we can actually show you in real time how you're meant to do this sort of stuff. And also, I was going to say, I wonder if this is going to increase the amount of buses or people who do that hard mode Belshazzar, and then they can go back and do another hard mode Belshazzar for another person and help them out. So you don't have to waste your ticket, basically. And also, the biggest issue is why they probably changed this is because a lot of people got their tickets stuck from DCing. But I'm not sure if that's still an issue. Leave a comment in the section below. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this content. See you guys later. Peace out. Bye.